Hello Year 3 and welcome back to our YouTube channel, and thank you for joining us for our next maths lesson. Let me share my screen and we can get started together. We're going to continue dividing two-digit numbers by one-digit numbers today. And we're going to continue with some examples that require regrouping, because I know that's quite a tricky concept yesterday. It'd be good to get some extra practice on it today. As our starter though, let's restart by looking at our related facts. So 4 divided by 2 equals blank, 40 divided by 2 equals blank. Remember that top one should help you with that second one. And the same with the next examples. And again, completing some part-whole models. The first one, nice and easy, 56 partitions into 50 and something. But the other two are much trickier. 84 partitions into 70. Oh, and what else? If that part is 70, what is this going to be to get to 84? And 65 partitions into 15, and something. So what's going to go there if this part is 15? As always, pause the video, have a go through those, and we'll look at the answers in a moment's time. So first of all, 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So 40 divided by 2 is equal to 20. 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. So 60 divided by 3 is equal to 20. 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. So 80 divided by 4 is equal to 20. 56 partitions into 50 and 6. 84 partitions into, well, if we had 70 here, that's got to be 14, because 70 plus 14 makes 84. And 65, we were given 15. The other part must be 50, because 50 plus 15 is equal to 65. Well done if you got those slightly trickier partition models there. Now let's go back a step. Let's go back to what we were looking at yesterday and use the same example, the same methods, so we can recap on it. So we have 42 divided by 3. I've got my 4 10s and 2 1s, and I'm splitting into 3 groups because we're dividing by 3. So let's have a go at doing that together. So I'm just putting this 10 in here, 10 in here, 10 in here. Oh, there's a problem here. We can't put this 10 in any of those groups. If I put it there, it's not equal. If I put it there, it's not equal. If I put it there, it's not equal. So what do? Well done if you said we can regroup that 110 into 10 extra ones. So let me do that. So I took that 110. I had 110 and 2 1s here. And now I changed that 1 and 10 into 10 extra ones, giving me 12 ones in total, which I can now share between those groups. So 1, 2, 3, that's 1 in each group. 1, 2, 3, there's 2 in each group. 1, 2, 3, there's 3 in each group. 1, 2, 3, there is 4 in each group. So 42 divided by 3 is equal to 14, 110 and 4 1s, just like we did yesterday. But we're going to look at a partitioning method again. Now, again, we can use this to be a bit quicker with it, but we've got to be a little bit careful and a little bit clever with it, because I'm not just going to partition it into 40 and 2, because those numbers won't divide by 3. I've got to think of numbers that will be divisible by 3. So I'm going to put this one as 30, because I know 30 divided by 3 is equal to 10. So I can do that one. I can divide by 3 to get to 10. If this part is 30, 30 plus what makes 42? 30 plus 10 makes 40. So 30 plus 12 will make 42. And I know that one is divisible by 3. So 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. 10 plus 4 is equal to 14. Again, we can use this partitioning methods, but we've got to think a little bit more about how we're going to partition it with certain numbers. We've got to partition it using numbers that will be divided by 3 in this example. So let me go through that one more time. I had the number 42. Now I usually partition that into 40 and 2, but I know those numbers don't divide by 3. So I thought about the numbers that do divide by 3. So I partitioned that into 30 and 12. because both of those numbers divide by 3. And 30 divided by 3 is equal to 10. 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. I can add those numbers together. I get my answer, which is 14. Let's go through another example, similar one to yesterday. And let's start with our sharing method first of all. So I've got my number 96 divided by 4. How many groups am I going to be sharing that by? What do you think? Well, I don't know if you said 4 groups. We're dividing by 4, so it's 4 groups that we're sharing by. So I'm going to take my 10s. Oh, they're disappearing again. Let me make them reappear. I'm going to share those between the 4 groups. It's disappearing again. Let me make it reappear. There we go. There's 1 10 in each group. There's 2 10s in each group. I've got 1 spare. I can't put it there, 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 or there because it won't be equal. So what do I do? Well done if you said we regroup that 1 10 into 10 extra 1s. Now I already have 6 1s here. How many 1s will I get in total if I get an extra 10? I'll get 16 1s in total. Let's look at that. Oh, my 10s have re-jumped out again, so let me reshare them. There's 1 10 in each group. There's 2 10s in each group. And as you can see, I've now got my 16 1s, which again, I can share. So I'll start by putting 1 in each group. 2 in each group. 3 in each group. And last one, 4 in each group. So you can see 96 divided by 4 is equal to, or not 14, is equal to 2 10s and 4 1s, which equals 24. Now again, I can use my partitioning methods. But again, I'm not going to split it into 90 and 6 because those numbers don't divide by 4. So let me give you one part. I'll give you 80 because I know that does divide by 4. Because I know 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. So 80 divided by 4 is equal to 20. If 80 is one of my parts, what's the other part? 80 plus what gives me 96? 80 plus 16 gives me 96. And I know that one is also divisible by 4. So great, that's going to work. So I divide both of them by 4. I'm dividing by 4 because in our question it says 96 divided by 4. Now I've talked about this one already. 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. So 80 divided by 4 is equal to 20. 16 divided by 4 is equal to 4. And lastly, I add those numbers together and I get the answer 24. Well done if you managed to work through that one with me. Now let's look at some challenges together. Now they're the same challenges as before, as yesterday, but I want you to think about using that partitioning method this time to solve them. If you're not sure and you want to have a further practice, go back, look at my examples before, work through me with those examples before having a go at these ones. Otherwise, pause the video here and have a go. Let's come back together there then, and let's look at those answers together. So 56 divided by 4. Now I'm not going to split that into 50 and 6 because that won't be numbers that divide by 4. So I'm going to put 40 in here because I know 40 does divide by 4. If that one's 40, that one's going to have to be 16. 40 divided by 4 is 10. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 10 plus 4 equals 14. Next one, 72 divided by 3. Again, I'm not going to put 70 in here because that one doesn't divide by 3. I'm going to go for 60 because I know that 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 60 divided by 3 must be 20. And if this part is 60, 60 plus 12 makes 72. So this part must be 12. Now I'm dividing both of those by 3 because that's what it says in the question. So 60 divided by 3 is 20, because 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 60 divided by 3 is 20. 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. So I've got my two parts that I need to add together. 20 plus 4 is equal to 24. Our answer here is 24. Next one, 32 divided by 2. Again, I'm not going to partition this into 30 and 2 because they're quite tricky ones to do. I'm going to do it as 20 and 12. I now know that 20 divided by 2 is equal to 10. 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6. 10 plus 6 is equal to 16. Now I'm going to go back a step because I've just realised you could have done 30 and 2 and it would have still worked. So if you did that and you said 30 in here and 2 in here, it would still work because I know that 30 divided by 2 is 15, or half of 30 is 15. 2 divided by 2 is 1. You could have done 15 plus 1 equals 16. It gets you to that same answer regardless of which method you used. So it doesn't particularly matter. Well done if you managed to work through those examples. I know that new method is quite tricky and it requires you to think a little bit creatively about that partitioning. Now let's finish with a fluency division question. 66 divided by 2. Now pause the video here, have a go at it yourself, and then we'll go through the answer in a moment. Let's go through the answer together. I'm going to use my partitioning methods. 66. I'm going to think carefully about this before I partition it. If I do 60 and 6, will that work? 60 divided by 2, yeah, that works. 6 divided by 2, yes, that works. I can partition it as I usually would. So 60 and 6. Now if I do 60, in fact, I might start with 6 here, and you'll see why in a moment. 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3, which means 60 divided by 2 would be equal to 30. I can then add those together. 30 plus 3 is equal to 33. Well done if you got that, and well done if you persevered again through today's lesson. Another tricky lesson where we're looking at that regrouping within division. Thanks for joining today, Year 3, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.